Hey, welcome back to Tool Review Wednesdays. Today there's a little bit of a tornado going on out there or something, so just bear with me in the background noise. I want to go over the Milwaukee 3-in-1 Ripstop heated jacket. Now, why am I going over this in March instead of maybe, I don't know, November? Well, the reason being is these just came out in fall 2015. I got mine in November of 15, and then guess what? We had one of the mildest winters on record. So I really couldn't test it until about 2 weeks ago when it got down to the negatives and the single digits for a couple of days. I was able to go out and test it out. You can see me here testing it out in the windy city of Chicago at the auto show and stuff like that. So today I want to go over briefly the features of it and the pros and cons that I see about this jacket. Now the outside here is what's new. This is all Ripstop fabric all the way around, okay? The only place there isn't Ripstop fabric in this outer jacket is in the armpits right here. It's like a 600 Durin reading fabric, whereas this is like a 900 Durin reading on there. So it's ultra strong, but this is more flexible so you can move around. As strong as this jacket is, I can move around no sweating it. That's a really nice feature about it. Also, in the arms, they have these cuffs in here that are elastic, so it keeps the wind and rain and stuff like that out. That's the other thing I want to talk about. This jacket is also wind and water resistant, so it doesn't just blow right through it and chill you to the bone. The one thing I want to go over is the fabric itself. It's a really strong fabric, but a lot of fabrics out there can be strong, like the Carhartt jacket, stuff like that. But guess what? Once they tear, they just keep tearing. So the Milwaukee wanted to come up with something that would not continue tearing, so they came up with the Ripstop fabric like this right here. Now the point is, a piece of fabric like this, anything really, when it's whole, it's kind of hard to tear. Once you start getting slits in it and stuff like that, it's really easy to tear. It's just going to keep on going. So what they did is they made it so where if it got a slit in it or something like that, it wouldn't continue tearing and just unravel itself. So what they did is they handed out these pieces of fabric at the convention and said, hey, here's a slit in it, grab both sides of it and see if you can tear it. And sure enough, everybody went and tried, and you could not tear it. No one could tear it. And that's the big new feature for 2015. And I figured that is a key feature for a jacket if I'm working on an automotive type situation. You're on the ground, stuff like that. You're not just standing around drinking coffee. I mean, you're not. So it has to be strong and it has to be worth spending the money. So the outer part is that. You have pockets here, and then you have some big old pockets down here that actually have like these deep wells in them, so you can put tools and bolts and all in there, and then you go lay on the ground, and guess what? They're not just going to fall out. The other thing is this part right here that covers the zipper. Great for working on automotive, right? So that you don't scratch the paint when you're leaning over it. You're cold, you're out there. The last thing you want to deal with is worrying about your jacket if you're going to scratch up the car. So what's nice, this goes over and the buttons are on the bottom side here. So when you go over and you snap it right there, this outer part is all fabric all the way down until the very, very last button on there. I don't know why that one's on the outside, but it is. But then again, it's way down there and it's not right here where you're going to be leaning over. So that's one thing to note on there from an automotive perspective. That's about all I can say on here. On the inside, it has a quilted interior, arms too. That's pretty standard. It's a nice feature. And it also has a interior pocket in here that's zipper, so you definitely can't lose anything in there. Maybe put money in there, change, whatever. You definitely don't want to lose. Nice and right there. You just grab it. I mean, of course, it's made for right-handed people, I guess. There's nothing on this side. So that's something to note on there. Now this outer jacket layer is just a jacket. It's nice and tough. It's great for working, but it's just a jacket. This other part of it is an actual like spring jacket, and this actually includes the carbon fiber heating elements throughout. And on the left side here is where the battery is housed at for the heating element in there. Now what's nice about this is that it's ultra flexible. This thing just, it feels like you're wearing a sweatshirt. It's ultra flexible, but in the arms here, you see that gray type material there? That is actually that same 600 Durin reading material that's ultra strong. So the wear points, you have that material, and of course right here in the pockets. And the same thing, you can fit gloved hands in these pockets, no sweat, and it has those deep wells in there to hold stuff when you're laying on your side. So that's another great feature. And, you know, of course, the cuffs in the end here are elastic to keep all that out. Now, this is also water resistant, but not really wind resistant. The wind will kind of go through here. And there's no heating elements in the arms. It's just in the body here and on the back side there. Now, it does include a hood, and it has what I believe to be fleece. I just wish it was, you know, more of a thicker fleece on there to keep the wind out a little more. And the same thing in the arms, because it's fleece lined in the arms also. And it'd be a little more comfortable around the neck and stuff like that. That's one thing I can tell you about that. Now, how does this work? Well, there's elements all over the place. Your battery pack's back here. I'll show you that in a second. What you do, and what was nice is I was able to test this with gloves on. You probably have gloves on if you're that cold out there and that kind of conditions. Right here, this is how you turn it on. So you just reach it in through your jacket, your outer shell there, and you go in here and you just hold it for like 2-3 seconds, and it'll come on. It'll be red. That's the high setting. So you press it again, and it goes to medium, which is what, white, and then you go press it again, and it goes blue, which is the coolest setting. They're all heat settings. It's just, you know, high, medium, and low. Just different colors on there. And the same thing to turn it off. You just press it and hold it. So that's about it. The interior here has no pockets. Like I said, the wind does kind of go through here. What I'll do is I'll take apart this pocket right here, and I'll show you some features of the battery pack and the wiring system back here, how you wire it up on there, how it all works, so you guys can see on the bench here. Now, the one thing I will note is this thin underlayment jacket like this does work great as a spring and early fall jacket. You have the heat optional, and you will feel the heat, but guess what? You're not really going to feel all the heat until you put on the outer jacket like this, a heavy outer jacket like this. And not only does this keep your body heat in and the heating element heat in, but it also presses the heating elements against your body. So I can have this thing on right now at 70 degrees outside. I can feel the heat. Yeah, that's great. I put this on instantly because of the weight against it. You'll feel the heat instantly, full force. So that's something to note. It's not going to be just full force heat on there whenever you're out and about with just the underlayment jacket on it. It's definitely made to work together in layers. All right, so here it is on the bench here. On your left side in the back right here, there's a zipper for the little holder for the battery. Like I said, it's really easy to get it out. There's a wire right there, like a regular DC plug. Pull it out, and then there's a strap right here that holds it in, a flexible strap that holds it upright so it's not bothering you when you sit at a seat or something like that. It's not digging in your back. Holds it perfectly. So it looks just like this, okay? And you just simply pull your battery out and pop a new one in, and when you do pop it in, you can tell how much battery life is left just by pressing the button on there. Now this one also has, where did it go on here? There it is. There's a USB port down here so you can plug in your iPad or iPhone, Android device, whatever, that takes USB power, and you can charge your device also. So this thing has multiple uses all built into this jacket right here. And this new one is up to like 2.1 amps, so that's good for iPads and stuff like that too. So that's how it works. So you just kind of put it in here and get it in there. It does hold it nice and tight, and then pop it in there. And this has extra room in it for a bigger battery pack and stuff like that. And you just zipper it up like that. Now, I'm not going to go over this too much. I'm not a textile or fabric expert, okay? The jacket, just fine. No real problems with it. I wish this fleece type material on the hood was a little bit thicker, okay? Same thing in the arms. It has the same kind of material in the arms, which is nice. It's comfortable, but I wish it was a little bit thicker. It would block a little bit more wind and stuff like that. And of course, be more comfortable around your neck when you're pulling it up on there. Now, as far as the outer shell, there's nothing bad I can say about this besides that when you first get it, it's going to be a little bit, I guess, bulky or whatever you want to call it until it starts breaking in. That's how all good jackets are when they're nice and new like that. They're a little bit more stiff. Besides that, no real complaints at all. I've been using this quite a bit, and you can see it's in pretty good shape. Now, both of these are machine washable, so you can just throw these right in the wash like usual. Of course, in the heated jacket, you got to pull the battery out. That's always a good idea. Besides that, yeah, machine washable, no sweat. So okay, as far as run times go, the low setting will give about 8 hours, medium 4.5 hours, and the high setting are right around 3.25 hours. Me personally, I always use it in the high setting, and I get right around 3 hours on there. Now, all those numbers are based off the Milwaukee M12 2.0 battery packs. So, and these are the same battery packs you're using around the job site for other different tools. So you just continually swap them out with the charger on there and other tools as needed, and you have the packs on hand. That's the nice part about it. So if you do have, a job where you're out working in the elements during the winter, like mine, I have mobile calls I go out to during the winter, it's definitely a worthwhile investment, so you're nice and comfortable throughout the whole entire winter season. I'll put links down below to pricing and more information, and you guys can check it out for yourself.